can't remember if we've talked about Nebraska Furniture Mart. You don't call it the Mart.
Yes.
If I just said the Mart, you would think Walmart.
Yes. We have talked about it, but I don't think we talked about why you want to bring it up.
Oh, so we bought a sectional finally because Abby's been really wanting one. And this is like such an Omaha thing that I think every person from Omaha who does buy furniture understands. Nebraska Furniture Mart around holidays has one of the best like no interest for like 24 months deal. Like it's, and that's how, and also I call it my mom's name's Lisa, but the Lisa Reynolds method of buying furniture. You can't buy new furniture until you've paid off your Mart card to get new ones.
Yep.
And luckily we just hit the right time period of finally paying off our fridge we bought when we first moved in. And
I don't know how they get away with, like, not get away with it, but how they're successful in not charging interest to everybody. Like, if you get their card, you just don't have to pay interest, essentially. And then everybody does the same thing. They go and they get to 24 months, they pay everything off, and then they drop the card.
Well, if you've ever read the, like, you know, your whatever you get,
I can't read.
If you don't pay it off in that time frame, you get so royally fucked.
Oh yeah, isn't it?
It's like interest on interest.
Yeah, isn't it like 24+%?
Yeah, it's.
I remember making that mistake once.
Yeah, so I always make sure to pay like over quite a bit over the minimum, so I at least have a little bit of a cushion if that were to ever happen. I don't think it ever would, but yeah. So we got our sectional, and it got delivered today, and I forgot how shitty it is to move furniture in the winter.
Yeah.
It was disgusting.
Slippery and cold.
Slippery. My fingers were cold. It, like there's some like, just, you know, the salt grime. Cause like, of course I'm a cheap ass and didn't pay for it to be carried into the house. I just paid for it to be like dropped off.
Because isn't it like another $300-$400 for them to bring it in the house? Yeah. Yes. Like just to walk it one more foot, you'd have to charge me.
Yeah. Yeah. Essentially like that. And so luckily we got them to like deliver it because we're putting it in our sunroom. So the easiest way is to go through the garage, not the garage, but through the back door where our garage is.
Yeah.
And so they drop it off. And luckily I was like, I'm going to be smart about this. I'm going to put down a tarp so they can set it down on the tarp. But even then it was just so, our old couch is now in our dining room until it gets nicer.
Yeah, the life cycle of the Midwest couch. Shout out.
Yes. No, yeah, shout out to that episode. I don't remember.
One of our first.
Yeah, no. Yeah, because it's going into the basement, but the way our house is, you know, old and a maze of like small doorways, it's going to be much easier to take it out through the backyard and then in a side door to go down to our basement. But we're not moving it in the ice and cold. We're going to wait until it's nice out to like, because it's going to be terrible to try to get down like a narrow old staircase.
Well, the thing too about laying down that tarp is it's like in retrospect, it didn't work as well. But when you're thinking about it, you're like, okay, this is cool. We'll lay it here. They'll lay it on the tarp. We don't have to worry about the couch going like on the gross like snow, right? But then you forget they have to step on the tarp to put it there. And then it's just sitting on the dirty snow water anyways. And you're like, God damn it. Well, we tried.
Luckily, it was like really nicely wrapped. One thing I've never had to deal with is like I've had to deal with, you know, the feetsies of the couch don't come connected. Like you have to put them on. But usually like it's like a nut and bolt situation where like the nut of it's already in the couch. So you just have to like literally. No, I had to literally take my power drill and have to like, and like the screws they gave were so shit. Shout out to one of our last episodes. I have a lot of screws in my house. And so I'm using like fucking
What's the deal?
With screws. They're screwing me.
Screws, Jerry.
Screws. And so I'm using like building material screws because they're working, because I'm having to like fucking drill the feetsies into wood.
Yeah.
And like on the fucking little instructions, they're like, "Oh no, you can just use like a hand screwdriver." And I was like, "No, I
Mm.
don't know like how
I
anyone
could.
like it would just be like fucking carpal tunnel."
Good
Just
workout.
yeah, but no, it's nice.
Is
I
it
don't know
like
if
an L couch? I know you said
so
it's a sectional, but
yeah, so it's like a let's see if I can do it with my so it's like an L, but on this it has like a chaise lounge.
oh, nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Absolutely.
it's and then we got like a big old like ottoman for it, so it like turns this like L part here into like a bed almost.
Ooh, nice.
And
I know
so
that's
like
where you're gonna banish me when I come and stay.
yes, even though we have like 3 extra bedrooms that we don't use.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to use those. I have to sleep there. No blanket, no pillow.
Actually, you have to sleep on the couch we moved into the basement.
Yeah, I have to.
And yeah, I'm not gonna be mean. I'll at least give you a slightly damp towel.
Just like the old
But don't
days.
get it dirty. That's my only towel.
Yeah, dude, I need that in the morning for my shower.
And our basement is it's a little chilly. I will admit. I would not want to sleep down there.
Chilly Willy for Silly Billy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish I had more to talk about today, but I'm feeling it. I went and got an energy drink, and it maybe just hasn't kicked in yet.
Yeah,
But
I'm also drinking coffee.
yeah, I had my coffee early this morning, and that really worked. But then we started cleaning, like
Mm-hmm.
getting ready for mother-in-law to come and stay with us.
Oh,
So she'll be here next week, and so of course, wake up, have your
will you
coffee.
please get the old lady smell out of the room before I
Yeah,
come?
yeah.
Can you just
She'll be-
air it out? Get
She'll
some
be in
fans?
the downstairs room. You'll be in the upstairs room
I
this
like the
time.
down. No, oh, I have to go up to the upstairs room.
Well, you're coming with Abby.
Yeah, I thought does the upstairs room have a bigger bed?
Yes. The
Oh,
downstairs room is like a twin bed.
no, it
It's
doesn't
like a
feel.
full.
It's a full. Okay,
Yeah.
I just like it because of the proximity to the bathroom.
The room upstairs is closer to a bathroom.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'm just
But
busting
you
in
can
your
just
master bedroom.
You said it was closer.
You
Just
said it was
breaking
closer.
in. Yeah. Well, whatever. Do whatever. I don't care what you do. Sleep in the garage for all I give a shit.
Well, get my pump on.
Yeah. Speaking of which, actually, I was successful in hanging up our TV in our garage.
How'd that go?
It took a couple of tries.
It's just we look behind the TV and it's all these holes in your brand new drywall.
We'll have to take some pictures because that is very true.
Did you at least hit a stud?
Yes. So
Okay.
I cheated a little bit when we were redoing the garage when they came to
Yeah.
put in the new. God damn, dude! My brain
Drywall?
is not drywall. Yeah.
Yeah.
They came and put in the new drywall, but I had them reinforce behind it. So
Oh.
every like 6 to 8 inches, there's a stud.
Okay.
So I had them reinforce it so we could hang literally anything we want along the whole wall.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really miss,
Yeah.
which is good. But the issue is that the wall mount for the TV that we did order had no directions. It just had like a schematic,
Okay. Yeah.
but it doesn't like. So it says, wall screws on this side, wall screws on this side, wall screw in the middle. And
Yeah.
so in my head, I'm looking at this thing. It's like, it's like this wide or whatever,
Yeah.
this long. And I put it up like this and drill it in. And then as we're getting everything else ready, I realize, oh shit, it's supposed to go this way. It's supposed to go lengthwise instead
That
of
doesn't
horizontal.
seem accurate for every wall mount I've done, but
Yeah, it's very, very, very strange. So I hung it horizontally as you normally would.
yes, as with
And then-
every other wall mount.
And then
TV.
Abby came out and was like, "What the fuck did you do?" So she comes out, and essentially Abby hung the TV for us.
Okay. With your Black and Decker drill.
It was tough, yeah. It was a bad one. But we got it. And the garage is basically done now. We just
No,
are waiting.
it looks nice from the pictures you sent. Like,
Yeah.
When are you getting your new weight equipment?
When our tax returns hit, so a couple weeks probably.
That's definitely a thing we're waiting for as well.
I was
Yeah,
actually going to ask, why did you wait until now to start moving furniture around in the dead of winter?
because that's when it was. They told us it would be delivered.
Oh, so you ordered it a long time ago.
No. Well, we went up maybe a month. We bought it was like a President's Day sale what was going
Oh, okay.
on.
That
So we
makes
got like
sense.
they had a really like 11% off sale and then the also no interest. Like it was just a perfect storm of like because Abby's been really wanting a sectional. I'm like, oh, we're fine with this couch that was your parents that they didn't want anymore, and so we've got it,
And it was their parents before them.
and it's been moved several states.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the best kind of couch there is. It's broken in. Still got the
Yeah,
butt smell.
it's getting to that point where like depending on where you sit in the couch, it's at different levels. Like,
Yeah, we had our couch when we first moved to California. We brought our couch from Omaha.
is that the
So
one
we
with like
shipped.
the chaise lounge?
Yeah, the green one.
Oh God, yeah, I've slept on
Yeah,
that once.
yes, the and it was the short one, so it was a little two-person one. So we shipped that
Yeah,
all the way out, and we didn't end up getting rid of it until one day I sat in it, and as soon as I sit down, I sink all the way through, and I'm sitting on the floor. I just broke through the cushion, through the wood, and was sitting on the couch. And I was like, all right,
yeah,
I think it's finally time to get rid of
yeah,
this couch. Just a
yeah,
crater.
yeah. And so now we have, yeah,
Now we have our
it's
beautiful couch.
yes, it's a very nice
Love
couch.
that thing.
That's how we feel
Sleeps
about.
sleeps 2.5.
That's kind of how ours could fit quite a few people. I feel now,
Mm-hmm.
including Pickles the dog. I think he is the one. Like as soon as like we let because we were moving back and forth, so we finally like let him into the room,
Yeah,
and he just knew immediately. He's like, "Well, this is mine. Like
yeah.
deal
I
with it."
actually have a now that you have a new couch. Are you going to be possessive of it? Are you going to
What
set
do you
rules for it?
like? No, what like
Okay.
rules?
I when we first got this new couch because it was one of the first like really expensive things that we bought
Yeah.
for our house, and I love it and it's so nice. And so I made a very hard rule of nobody sleeps on the couch.
Oh.
No sleeping on the couch. Um, I have since broken that many times,
Yeah. How can
but
you have a rule of no sleeping on your couch?
I just didn't want people fucking sleeping on drooling all over it, fucking nocturnal emissions all over my brand new couch.
I guess like even like with this rule where you're like no napping on this
Napping
couch.
is fine, but like sleeping 8+ hours
Well, okay, I get
on the
that.
couch because then
You
it
have like
ruins the cushions.
I get that, and you also have like several bedrooms.
That was
Like,
that was kind of my theory too. I'm like, we have multiple bedrooms for people to sleep in and multiple options for beds.
yeah,
So like behind me, this is a couch, but this is a
Mhm.
mattress. But then it's also got a trundle underneath of it that you pull out, and it's another
Oh,
mattress.
yeah,
So I'm like, there's technically two beds in the office.
yeah,
There's a queen bed in the guest room,
yeah,
plus that other green couch from
yeah,
Omaha is in there, so you can
yeah,
sleep one on there, two in the on the bed, and then the downstairs bedroom has a bed too.
yeah.
So it's like, why are you sleeping on the couch? Don't sleep on the couch.
I get that.
It's not what it's for. Plus, it's like in the living room. I don't like that because then I always, when people are staying over, I'm always the first one up.
Yeah,
So then I'm tiptoeing around my own house because you decided to sleep in the living room.
I get that. I know a lot of people are very much like no animals on couches,
Mm-hmm.
and so like I can't
Harder to
remember.
control though.
Yeah, and also I read a thing of like who like what do you care more about, the couch or the dog?
Mm,
And
the
for people
couch.
who have pets, it's the dog, which explains why you don't have pets.
It's the couch.
It's the couch.
For sure, the couch. I
Yeah,
spend way
but
more time on a couch than I ever would with any animals.
so yeah, the best of both worlds. I know Pickles will probably always be on that couch
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Another question that I had for you is when you were growing up, were you a toaster strudel family or a Pop-Tart family?
Ooh, both? Can that be an
Okay.
answer? but
It
I would
can,
lean.
but you have to choose a favorite between them.
See, I love toaster strudels, but the amount of effort sometimes to do that, like I probably eat more Pop Tarts to be honest versus toaster
Okay.
strudels. Like,
Because of the
to,
convenience.
yeah, toaster strudels are like a special treat almost
Yeah.
versus like a Pop Tart. I definitely eat more Pop Tarts just mostly because I eat them on the go. I eat them
Sure. So you
like
just
if
raw dog them right out of the pack.
oh yeah, like I'm also like forget to eat breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And so actually, you want to know? I can't remember if they're still up here or not.
Also, I love your fucking 1980s
Yeah,
weightlifting sweater. Oh,
so
you
I
got the
just
Costco Pop Tarts.
yeah I just have Pop Tarts because I forget to eat this.
Is
There we
that
go. There we
okay?
go.
Ooh, is that cherry and then strawberry?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. What is the best Pop Tart? What's your favorite?
Ooh, probably. I like a lot of them. I'm a big fan of Wildberry.
Okay.
Just the scheme of it. It's very like '90s, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I do love. Uh, I feel like strawberry's the classic.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like cherry, but it can be hard to find.
Yeah, cherry's tough to find. Now here's the real question.
Yeah.
Frosted or unfrosted?
It's not a fucking animal. There was
So
actually
so frosted?
yeah.
Yeah.
There was one time it was I was not living at DU. I think it was my senior year. And so like I didn't have a meal plan and like I would be like between classes I would just hang out at the fraternity and like at this point I didn't have money to go
Mm-hmm.
like buy stuff on campus. And I just remember someone like accidentally bought unfrosted Pop Tarts
Ugh.
and like he refused to eat them. And of course, like, you know, the hungrier you get, the more like more willing to eat stuff you wouldn't normally eat.
Yep.
And so eventually I ate all the unfrosted Pop Tarts because I was like, I'm so hungry.
Just
And
at one time you just finished the box.
it was I can't remember what flavor it is. I also have another really good Pop Tart story. So one of Abby's really good family friends, he actually officiated our wedding,
Mm-hmm.
was a Army Ranger,
Mm.
and one of his favorite food items in this entire world is unfrosted uh, apple cinnamon Pop Tarts. And
Makes
I'm like,
sense being in the military.
well, I was like, that is like why. And of course, he had a fucking badass story about it. It was
Uh-huh.
because in Ranger school, like it's hell they put you through to like, you know, graduate Ranger school.
Mm-hmm.
And they were on this mission and they hadn't like ate in like a day or something, like more than a day, because they were like doing a training exercise. And he's like, we're in a forest, you're like freezing. And the one like they're like okay, they picked us up in a helicopter and they each gave us a unfrosted apple cinnamon Pop Tart, and he's like, that was the best tasting thing I've ever had in the world.
Oh, I can
Because
only imagine after that long of, first of all, not eating anything,
yeah,
but I'm assuming they're going through like rigorous
yeah,
training, you
yeah,
know, and then that that sugar hits your mouth and you're just
yeah.
like, "Oh my god, this is everything."
And so yeah, I was like, okay, that is of course one of the most amazing stories about unfrosted Pop Tarts.
Yeah, I actually have a life hack for if you ever end up with unfrosted Pop Tarts, the best way to eat them. I
How's
have
that?
a life hack.
Okay,
So
share your life hack.
you take the, because they come in packs of two.
Mm-hmm.
So what you have to do is you have to have whole milk, a
Okay.
nice big cereal bowl.
Mm-hmm.
You put the, this is the only time that I'll make this exception, but you put the milk in first.
Okay, that
You
makes
heat
sense.
up the Pop Tarts in the toaster like a
Yep.
minute or so, and then because they're nice and soft, you like break them in half and lay them in there, and then you take a spoon and crunch it up into the
Just
milk.
like make a mush.
It's like, no, you like break it into pieces
Okay. Oh, so like essentially you're breaking it
like
into
cereal.
cereal.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's like Pop Tart cereal. That is the number one way to eat unfrosted Pop Tarts. It's the
That
only way I can
actually
make it through.
that does sound pretty good.
Yeah, those are great. We were a huge Pop Tart family. My mom always had those on hand.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the best of all time is either it's a constant race between the frosted s'mores
Okay.
and the
I do enjoy
frosted
that.
brown sugar, cinnamon brown
Okay.
sugar. Those are the two, and of course frosted all the way, always
Oh yeah,
frosted. But
100%.
oh my god! And then you put them in the toaster when they're frosted. You put them in a little longer, like a minute and a half or two. Then those come out and you break them in half, and you have
Yeah.
a nice glass of, I like 1% milk with the frosted because
See,
it's not as rich.
I guess I don't think about having milk with my Pop Tarts.
Oh, you have to. It's like eating Oreos without milk. You can't do it.
I eat like I guess raw dog my Oreos as well a lot.
No, no, dude, they're too crunchy. I
Now
need them
for
a little
me,
mushy.
like sometimes that will be also be breakfast for me is like especially again because I'm running so much that I just literally need calories, and so I
Mm-hmm.
just like eat 4 Oreos because
You choke on the
Oreo
crumbs because it's so dry as you're running.
Oreos are like one of the worst foods for you.
Oh yeah, it's just straight chemical. Have you
Oh,
seen they try to light them on fire and they don't even burn?
I don't know how many foods burn, but Doritos do.
Doritos do. Use that
Done
as
that before,
kindling.
baby.
In desperate times when I was in the fraternity on the floor with no blanket, that was my heat source.
Heat source just lighting a single Dorito each time.
Give me
Yeah.
one of those Cool Ranch.
No, yeah. Cool Ranch Doritos. Okay, now there's like 80,000 flavors of Doritos.
Oh, I know. They're only getting worse.
They are getting worse.
So much worse. I can't eat that stuff anymore, man.
Yeah, and I like my problem is I think we've talked about it. I've had to talk about it on the podcast of like I am like a food marketer's like wet dream because I get hooked on like trying new things.
Yeah, and then you're obsessed with them, so you start telling everybody about them. There's always like a
Usually
1% raise in purchases in Lincoln, Nebraska for any new food product, and it's because of you.
a lot of them are misses, I'll be honest. Actually I've had one like honestly one of the worst sodas or like worst food items I've ever tasted
What
was
was
a
that?
seasonal one. Fanta had like a caramel apple
Oh, yuck.
zero like Beetlejuice, and I was like, I like caramel apple. It like, and I usually can power through anything. Like Abby says, like you eat like a raccoon because you can just you will power through anything. It's like
Yeah,
because I'm like I paid money for this, I
it's
ain't
not
gonna
going to
waste
waste.
it. I once was describing. I was we were at the Super Bowl for my childhood best friend Daniel, and we were talking about something. We're talking about oh, what is it fucking called? I can't remember the name of the ramen brand. It's like really big on TikTok, and Abby like wanted to try it.
Is it
Eh,
like top ramen?
no, that's the most basic. It's like
Oh,
Baku ramen maybe.
Hmm.
Don't quote. But
where's our
it's like
producer? God damn it!
yeah, it's known for being spicy, and like I like was describing how spicy it was because I do like spicy stuff, even
Mm-hmm.
though my complexion and my tum doesn't like it.
Yeah.
But I was like describing of it being so spicy that I threw it away, and Daniel
Ooh.
was like, "Oh, that had to be pretty spicy if you," because he's like, "You don't throw food away."
Yeah. No, that there is something about when food is that spicy where you're like, there's no place it can go other than the trash. Like I'm not going to be able to power through this. We did that once when Keegan and Indigo came and visited us when we
Yeah,
first moved here. We ordered Mexican food and ordered like a bunch of salsas,
yeah,
and without thinking, because we all like spicy food,
yeah.
without thinking, we just open the first salsa and dump it all over everything. And I'm
Oh,
telling you right now, it was like it was eating through stuff. It was so spicy. And Keegan likes spice more than anybody I know.
oh yeah, 100%.
He made it through one taco and was like, it's inedible. You can't eat that salsa. It's so hot.
Yeah, like
And then we
we were
had to
talking.
dump the whole thing. It was like $100 worth of tacos in the trash.
It taught you a fucking lesson, though.
Yeah, don't dump salsa first. You have to taste it.
Yeah, it's because I think there's a different level of like spice for flavor versus spice just for hot.
And I'm a huge proponent of make it as spicy as you want, but it's gotta have flavor.
Yes.
If it's just spicy, I am not interested at all.
If it's at the level of like where I can't taste anything else but just pure heat,
Mm-hmm.
then that's terrible. Like
If it's just hurting,
yeah.
I'm not. It would be like going to get an invisible tattoo.
Yeah.
Like, there's
the
no
pain,
benefit.
man.
Yeah, it's just the pain. There's no benefit. It's just pain.
I have a theory that things are going to get spicier because cigarettes are coming back, baby.
Oh
I think
God.
I texted you this.
Yes.
This is a good segue.
Let's go,
by me.
heaters.
Cigarettes are having their moment right
Are
now.
you gonna start smoking?
God no. I'm ready. Like running's already still hard enough. I don't want to make it harder.
You're thinking about it though, aren't you?
It looks so cool, man.
Dude, I think it's so funny because I do not like cigarettes. I've tried them. I did them for a little while. A lot of my friends did them. I just don't like it. But there's nothing that I want to do more than smoke cigarettes.
Dude, like
It's so cool looking.
I was watching the SNL 50th anniversary because
Oh yeah, how was that?
It's pretty good. Definitely worth the watch. It actually like hits.
Is that a recommendation?
It is a recommendation.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil or anything, but I'll say like Eddie Murphy, of course, was on SNL, so he's in some of the skits for it. Fucking hits it. Like
I'm sure
because I feel like I haven't seen him in much lately,
Mm-hmm.
but like you watch it and you're like, oh yeah, he is one of the greatest.
Was Eddie Murphy one of the funniest people to ever exist for like 3 decades? I don't know that there was anybody who was funnier than Eddie Murphy from like the 80s to the from like the 80s to the
90s to through the 2000s.
early 2000s. Nobody was funnier than that guy.
He hit pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm honestly trying to think of like who's been doing 3 decades worth.
I mean,
Jim Carrey's
a couple
up there, but it's only really been 90s was really his heyday in 2000.
I was going to say, when you look at Jim Carrey's credits, though, most of his big hits were like early 90s to late 90s.
Yeah.
Most of them. He had a couple here and there throughout the 2000s, but he really hit a heyday there for like a decade.
Whatever. I think it's 94, I think it is.
I think 93 is when it really started.
When he had like 3 hit movies in a year or some weird stat like that.
Yeah, he was just on fire there for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say Adam Sandler's up there for somebody who's been around that long and still
also
relevant.
Amazing in the special.
His newest stand-up is really good too.
Yeah, he in the SNL thing, he was really good in that too. And so,
I'm sure. Yeah, I need to watch that because we were watching a couple of comedy specials last night, and I was like scrolling through, and I saw that, and I was like, I need to add that to the list, and then I just forgot.
It's long, but it's worth it. I wasn't sure. I was like, this could either be really cheesy and like not great, but it's very good. Will Ferrell's also an interesting one because more of the 2000s than anything, like not really the 90s, but
he's still relevant. His newest movie was okay too. The one where his daughter is getting married.
Oh, the wedding. I can't remember. It's like
Reese
a wedding movie.
Yeah, Reese Witherspoon and him. Pretty good. We enjoyed it. Not fantastic, but it was no Eurovision Song Contest. That's still one of my favorite Will Ferrell movies.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, definitely worth it. But throughout it, people are like smoking cigarettes. And I was like Dave Chappelle, known for smoking cigarettes on stage. He's in it for a brief second, even though he wasn't on SNL. But it's just like, man, people are cool with cigarettes. Like,
especially him. Yeah. He really pulls it off.
Yeah, he did because he would try to do vaping on stage, and it's like, nah, it's cool. Like vaping's not cool. Vaping it's not cool.
It doesn't at all. It's just a bigger puff of smoke, but it's boring. I want the real deal.
Yeah. But then also, I was on a run recently and saw someone smoking outside their house. I'm like, you don't look cool, though. You're
Yeah.
making me...
When you're by yourself, just like outside your house, it's not as cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's when you're just out on your like front stoop smoking a cigarette, like not as cool. But
it's the same when you see somebody out on their patio with like a plastic bottle of Barton's. You're like, well, that's sad.
Yeah, that's different. Versus,
but if you're pounding it with your bros,
yes,
before going out, that's cool.
Like, imagine you're like in conversation outside, and you just got you got the cigarette in your hand.
Yeah,
and just.
I don't think I would look cool smoking cigarettes. That's why I don't do it.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think it would look that people would be like, ugh, this fucking skis.
Yeah, I think also the more wealthier you look, the cooler you probably look smoking a cigarette.
That's probably true. You got like the nice coif and the suit. I think that looks cool. But the issue with me is like I always dress shitty. My teeth are already yellow. I'm overweight, messy hair, messy beard. Nobody wants to see that guy smoking a cigarette.
Why is this troll smoking cigarettes?
Yeah, dude. Answer these questions 3. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Did I transport under a bridge somehow? Who is this guy?
If you want back into the bar, you must answer this riddle.
If you require another shot of vodka, you must answer my riddle. They're like, dude, fuck you.
Why are you sitting on a chair like Golem? Just my precious. Why are you barefoot? I don't need to wear shoes with these hairy feet.
What is with the loincloth, man? It is 6 degrees outside. Just outside Benson. My precious.
You're in a loincloth, but you have a hoodie on top.
It's better yet, it's just a shirt you're wearing with a loincloth. I assume that shirt that you're wearing is cut off at the belly button.
No,
it looks like it.
It goes all the way down.
I love it. It's
I
perfect.
do have a like belly shirt somewhere though.
Fucking midriff.
Yeah.
You better bring that to California and then wear it for our live event.
Yes.
Tune the fuck in to the socials.
Yes.
This is our first official shout out of it, which is hilarious because if the schedule is right, this comes out after that airs. So
we're amazing at this, by the way.
Yes, we're very good at pre-planning.
Yes.
We didn't know it was our 50th anniversary. We didn't know it was too late to start advertising this.
To be fair, we didn't have the full details until like yesterday.
Yeah. If you guys never see anything, it's because it either went terribly or we couldn't get it to work. Mm-hmm. It's going to be one of the two.
That's very true. Or my flight just doesn't make it to LA.
That too. Yeah, with all the crashes. I did pay them extra and said, if he doesn't make it here live, that's beneficial.
Yeah. Then you don't have to do it at all. No,
yeah, then I can just cancel.
You have to just do it by yourself.
We'll do it live.
I think it also does help. We've both been to live podcasts before.
Mm-hmm.
Mine necessarily wasn't for me, but it was for Abby.
Mm-hmm.
But also like two of some of the most famous podcasts because it was My Favorite Murder.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is gotta be top 5 podcasts.
It's up there. At least,
yeah, it's definitely up there, and they did a fantastic job. It was also in a mega theater of Denver, like Denver's biggest theater, like the closest and size-wise not arena show,
right?
But it was still fantastic, and so.
And I think if we stick to the actual theme of the podcast, unlike this fucking episode, which honestly we may just have to scrap at this point.
Mini-sode, baby.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut the shit out of this one, but I think if we stick to the theme of our show, I think it's actually really conducive for a live episode.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially if we do crowd interactions and
So I'm curious to see how it goes, but I am useless today. Is
You
there
seem
anything
like
else you want to talk about?
I don't know how that's different than any other day, man.
I know. Yeah. But usually I can fake it better than this.
Fake it till you make it. Hey, this is not your Jordan flu game like me
This
last
is not.
week.
This is just a flu game.
This is just this is Jordan on the bench in a suit
Yes.
game.
With a torn rotator cuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, big stuff coming up.
The funniest part is this is after we've done
This is after. Yeah, cut this whole thing. I don't fucking know.
cut this chunk out, cut the last like 10 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or just release it, you know.
Or just release it. I mean, a little.
They can't all be hits, you know. You got to have the B-sides.
So if you don't like it, take it up with our producer.
Which is no one. So fuck you.
So, bye.
Bye.